May say we are back. We know it's been a year. Y'all have missed us. Y'all haven't seen us. Wondering where we've been, what we've been doing. I'm telling you, 2024 was a hell of a year. I ain't gonna lie about it. I ain't gonna lie about that. I ain't gonna lie. And this year, the way it's starting, it gonna be mad. But we're here with a very interesting topic: marriage. Because I've been at weddings, I've seen a lot of young people getting married, people younger than me. And I shocked. I say, but me say what's going on. I'm not in the mix. So we're gonna be talking about marriage today. We're gonna be at it again. You know already. I'm Joshua Harrow. We're here with the lovely Macrina, aka Jazzy, and Spud Montoot, aka the artist, aka the entertainer. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe. You understand? People, we're gonna start with the usual. A toast to the new year. We're gonna have some fun. Let's make it right.
And we're having a toast.
We're gonna have a toast to the new year. Let's make sure this one doesn't go like last year.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully it doesn't.
So money,
You understand?
good health.
You see how the year starts already? Spud already had to drink that before any one of us. So now, me say, look at it. Have you ever just sat there and asked yourself, do I want to get married? Why did I get married? Or as a young person, is marriage relevant to me? We're gonna talk about that right here, right now. So, Jazzy, let me ask you a question. You ever thought about getting married?
Mm, you want the truth or you just want?
The whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Okay, well, yes. As a child growing up, I did want to get married. You know that whole luxury, the whole Cinderella story, wearing that white dress, daddy walking you down the aisle, that sort of stuff. I would say, you know what? I want to be married before I have my kids. Because that's what we were taught.
Mm-hmm.
With religion and everything, they would tell you first you get married and then you have kids. But guess what? Life hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a child
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Um, yeah, so I did want to get married at one point in time.
Do you still
If
want to
you
though?
ask me if I still want to get married now, no.
Why? Why? Like, why?
Tell me, what can't I do?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Okay, is there anything that I could do that I cannot do single and being married?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Sure.
And when you see persons who are married, they partners in your inbox. It says a lot, Do I really want to have that type of relationship, that type of marriage? And it's not true. Most persons get married, they have that fantasy wedding, and at the end of the day, they're not even happy in their marriage.
Sure.
Okay? Being married doesn't, for certain people, it's changing something, but for me, looking in at married couple, it doesn't change anything.
What about you, Spud?
Well, like Javi said, I used to want to get married. I wouldn't say I was that excited about it, or it was something, that, wow.
Mhm.
But I like the idea, young love, growing up thinking that, one day you'll be married to somebody. Right now, not really. I have the complete opposite view on it, to be honest with you. And based on experience, I would say for sure. And also, like Jazzy said, people wild out there.
Tell
People
me about
wild.
it.
People be super wild out there.
Well,
I
Both men and women are not going to fight down one over the other. Both
True.
men
I
and
think
women wild.
it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Persons don't respect marriage anymore.
No,
Nope.
man.
Marriage has no sanctity. I used to want to get married. I'm not going to lie. Like like you feel like when you get married, you achieve something. Like yeah,
Cool.
like
Yeah.
wow, I have a partner for life. But the thing that started triggering me was not the fact of marriage. It was the fact of divorce. Because imagine you get divorced and you build your entire life by yourself. You meet somebody, you start to fall in love, you get married, and then that person gets half your estate. You get half my estate, you get my alimony, you get child support, you get my kids, my vehicles, and everything, and then now I have to start back over again.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Right? And that makes you like, and then now for some women, they feel like they're not going to take it a step further unless you marry them. Right? And it's like,
And you can't blame them. Sometimes it's based on the way that they were raised,
Sure.
right? Their family, their parents are married, and to them, they want to follow that trend. If that's what you grew up seeing, that's what you want. I mean, we have married couples in my family. Question: Are they happy?
That's the real
Do
question.
the stuff that they used to do before they get married. You know, you find persons are all happy and they do stuff, and the minute they get married, the things that they used to do, they no longer do it. And you ask yourself, but why? Is it because you feel that you have me? We're in this together. It's a tie. Do you feel like I belong to you? So the things that you used to do, you no longer need to do it. You find you see married women, they used to look, oh my god, when you see them you want to be just like them. You know, their hair done, their makeup done, they well groomed, everything is see okay. The minute that they sign this marriage certificate, they have this perfect wedding, they believe like, I have him already, he's mine, he's my husband, I don't need to do anything to please him. You know what I mean? It's like you see one person, and let's say 6 months in the marriage, you see a total different person. It's like, is this the person that I actually married? Is this the person that I had this connection to? They no longer do the things that they used to do.
That's
And
true.
then some of the men do it too. They you get married and now they focus strictly on their career. There's no longer dinner dates. They don't take you out anymore. They don't have time for their wife. They don't compliment you the way that they used to compliment you. Why? Because they already have you.
I feel like this concept of marriage even dates back. Look at our culture in St. Lucia. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And I can say this about my parents, my grandparents, none of that. Nobody grew up in this legal marriage society. Every relationship in St. Lucia, common law or single parent family, whether you look at single mother or single father. This whole idea of marriage, I feel like came from religion, where it tells you that, you're not supposed to conceive a child or you're not supposed to do this or do that unless you're married. But, and Spud, there's one thing I know that has trigger women.
Talk to me.
It's gonna trigger Macrina there too, because I see she watching me.
Right.
Talk to me.
Right? But the one thing, imagine Spud, you're a successful young man, you're achieving all that you have to do, and then you want to get married, but you ask your woman for one thing, to sign the prenup. Would you sign a prenup, Macrina?
No, what are you
Why?
saying to bring them for?
So I achieved all my things already, Macrina. You're not going to sign it? You found me with all my assets, you're not signing a prenup?
Excuse me?
But you found me with all the
But
things.
wait a minute. When you came, with whatever you came, whatever baggage you came, hello, you knew what you were signing up for.
Wait a minute.
Walking by, you knew exactly what type of woman. Hello, I'm not saying that it's all about.
Saw the cookie walking by.
To a certain extent, I'm gonna be the devil advocate here. Sometimes I'm too nice and too. Okay, you're a woman. You have everything going for you. You work hard. You pay your bills. You go to school. You establish. You want more. This man comes along. He likes you. He loves you. He wants to marry you. Okay, he might be wealthy. He's making good money. How you supposed to take care of your wife? Isn't that what's being told? If you're gonna marry somebody, you take care of her.
I mean, yeah.
Right or wrong, you be
Yeah.
the man and you do what you have to do. Don't tell me you're gonna propose to me, and while you're proposing to me, you're thinking about a prenup. Hello, so you're getting married to me. In the back of your head, you're thinking, okay, this woman is gonna leave me and take me for everything that I have. Why the hell would I want to marry you?
I mean, when you say it like that,
Mm.
it becomes a totally different story. But to an extent, I get it
But
because to
you
an extent,
agree.
Jazzy, yes, I do,
You,
I
he,
do.
he
I'm
agrees.
gonna say it's like a
He
70% agree.
agrees.
Uh,
And it's not like you came into the picture and you don't know the person's goals. And you know, obviously you know, because you guys have been dating, and hence the reason why you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. If you are dating and you realize that this woman is a gold digger, you chose to marry a gold digger. So do not come in with that whole prenup thing. You know exactly what you're getting into. Most men know what they're getting into, right? It's like, I'm gonna stray a bit from the topic. You're trying to change a RAT into a housewife, or a gold digger into a housewife, and then say, hey, you're not gonna leave me for everything that I have. You need to sign a prenup. Hell no, you knew exactly what you're getting into. I rest my case.
You want to be devil's advocate? I'm going to be the
Right.
devil. Let me make you understand something.
Tell me.
Most of the times,
Mhm.
after, and you made that point earlier, people tend to change after marriage, right? Now, okay, you
If she's in for your money,
hold
you
on,
will
Chevy
know
Bricks.
from the get-go.
Hold on.
You will know.
Right
N-
foot.
No, 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 no. Don't bring sport into the mix of this diabolical discussion there. Let me make you understand something. A lot of the times you're not going to know. People wear a mask, Macrina, and a lot of the times, even some of you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to you after that. But even when you look at it, okay, let's be honest. We really don't know who people fully are. We never know.
True.
And yes, okay, you presented yourself as this character. You presented yourself as a perfect woman to this guy. Then you get married, and all of a sudden you change your entire self for that.
Are always there. The red flags are always there.
Despite the fact that, come on,
Sugarcoating. But let me tell you, red flags are always there. Leopards don't change their spots overnight. Okay, sometimes we try to deny it and say he's going to change, she's going to change, but deep down inside, we know that clown is not going to change. Okay, so I to be honest, I'm not making excuses for any man, any woman. We know exactly what we get into. We know exactly what we marry. We go, we ask for advice, we get advice, and because of love, we stick. And in the end, we say we want to sign up for us. It's too late. It's too late. We always know what we get into. We know. That's why sometimes you don't feel sorry for people, because we all know exactly what we get into. Trust me on that.
There's no way I'm going to allow Jazzy to sip. Jazzy, don't sip. I'm not going to allow Jazzy.
first of all, Jazzy, let me ask. No, no, Jazzy, I was gonna ask you a question. Are you emotionally mature?
No.
Okay, that explains it. All right.
Yes and no.
Yes
To a
and no. So you're
certain
50
extent.
50, right? There are a lot of people in the society who are not emotionally mature. And the same way you can say, okay, a leopard doesn't change the
Okay, let
spots.
me tell
Some
you.
of those, the reason why you can identify the leopard is because of the spots.
These things take time. It comes with maturity. All right? You learn from different situations. We're talking about marriage, right?
Mhm.
This is the main topic. Have you ever been married?
Nope.
Have you ever been married?
Nope.
Have I ever been married? No. But yet still we are speaking on this topic. Why? Because we on the outside looking in,
Mm-hmm.
right? We hear from people, we have seen from our grandparents, our parents, right or wrong. And we're young and we're looking at everything that's going on, and we want to say social media. You see the most beautiful, popular couple, people getting married, and you say, oh my God, I wish that was me. Just recently, I saw a couple I never expected to get married. We on the outside looking in, and I'm like, yo, that could have been me. And I laughed, I chuckled. I'm like, yeah, this could have been me. But when you're on the outside looking in, you see everything that's going on. And you say to yourself, yo, it's not what I really want for myself, but what would you say? Yo,
There's a phrase that says, what's done in the dark always comes to the light.
Right.
everything.
And as much as I'm okay, my mom got married in October. My mom, I've watched my mom with my dad. My mom had me with my dad and never ended up with my dad. And then my mom is now married almost 20 years after she had me, my dad.
We
I've
get
watched
excited though.
I've watched my
Was there a live stream that you could watch?
no.
Oh, okay.
She's very private.
Thank you very much.
Very private. She's like Prince, very private. So then I watched my dad get married in 2005 to my stepmom, and then now get divorced almost a couple years later. And now is living a common law type of marriage because I have now a little brother and a little sister. So what may seem beautiful in the beginning
The outside.
and on the outside might lead to something more toxic on the inside. I've watched two of my friends tied a knot. They're younger than me, and I watched them get married. And one of them, her wedding was the day before my mother's wedding. And I sat there and I watched, and I'm saying to myself, but hold on, what? You my age, you're getting married? You my age, you're already moving somebody? Like, what have you gone beyond Saint Lucia? Have you gone beyond in life? Like, yes, that person makes you feel good and comfortable, but sometimes God will send you somebody like a season and that person needs to help you through that season.
Teach you.
And then you use that season as validation for that person. And now I understand why some women may put some men in friend zones and say, "Boy, you're like a brother to me because you helped me through that season." But sometimes you'll tend to put the married men in the friend zone and then go and complain to the friend that the one that you want to marry is the problem. You sipping because I know.
Whoa. On that note, guys, my drink is
That's
full.
not cool.
Guys,
That is so
I would
cool.
love another toast.
Another toast. Oh, the drink
Since
is
my
full
drink
again.
is full and I'm finally back in the gym.
Not try to put me on the spot.
No,
Who cares?
I still love you though,
I know.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we've grown up since 2020.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
yeah. No, but real true. I was raised on the philosophy of being in the church and you don't go into sex before marriage. You don't have a child before marriage. You don't do anything. And that's when I was a teenager. I am an adult. I would rather do everything else than get married. Because to me, when you watch marriage as a man, it kind of seems unfair law-wise.
Yeah, man, it does. It does.
It does.
It does.
The law and everything goes in favor of the woman. The woman can cheat,
You know.
and you will still have to pay alimony, child support. You have to give the estate. You have to give the vehicle. You have to give this. You have to give that. And then now your mentality is, I have to start over. Because after she continuously gets my money, any improvement I get in my life for my business, I have to now give her a percentage of that and more money. So then now, if I realize I have to constantly give and I'm not getting, yeah, you get to have the kids, you lost your husband. Okay, I lose my kids, I lose my home, I lose my business, I lose my money, I lose my wife and my partner. I'm losing a lot more from this than you are losing from me.
Do you know it's easier for a divorced man to get off the ground than a woman?
What makes you say that?
Why would you say that?
Most times women give up everything for her husband. Most times. She will stay home and take care of the kids and be that housewife while you put on your career, while you travel, while you do everything that you want to do. And she sets her goals and her dreams on the back line. You see that all the time. Sometimes when you guys get married, you are not financially stable. You'll find there are women who will work and say, okay, he's going to be wealthy at the end, I'm going to invest in him. There are women who do that. And the minute that that man climbs the ladder, they tend to forget everything that that woman has sacrificed to him. I have seen that happen so many times. And you're going to say, okay, most times the law is in the favor of the woman, but you need to understand that it's harder for a woman to build than a man. They also say to you, some people will say to you, it's easy for a woman because maybe she might meet another man who's going to pick her up from the ground, or she's just going to say, you know what, I'm going to focus on myself and my children. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to grow from this. But it has to take a level of maturity for a woman to do that. There are certain women who are so damaged after being married to a man and this whole divorce and everything comes into play, they lose themselves. So if the law says, you know what, I'm going to side because she has given you so much of her time, she has been your children. You understand? And right now, by the time she has kids, her life is no longer hers. I mean, I'm not married and I have a child, and I can tell you, my life is no longer mine, and I only have one. So think about the women who have four, five kids, and they're the ones playing both roles, mother and father, and still being a wife, and still trying to be the best wife, while the man is still out there living their best life. And I'm betting my bottom dollar right here in St. Lucia, there are men like that who say, okay, I take care of the bills, I pay the mortgage, I don't need to even think of your sanity. You're my wife. You need to make sure that house is always clean. You need to make sure I get dinner. They come home, they have dinner, they don't even appreciate that dinner. There are homes where these things happen, and they're a married couple. So when you see a woman who go to court or whatever with a man divorced, and they have had it has to come to a point where they have had enough. Because most time they think of the man, they think of the child. A woman would do with you. I'm not saying we have a woman, we have wives and we have knives. I'm not speaking about the knives. I'm referring to the wives. Those who get married and they actually love their partners. They respect their partners. They will do everything to see their partner grow and be happy. These are the women I'm speaking about. Because we have wives and we have knives. Sorry to say, that's what we have. So when a woman like that goes to court and the court decides in her favor and say, you know what? She's getting half of everything that she owns because she has been there with you through thick and thin. She took care of the kids. She took care of you. She made you happy. I'm all in favor. But if you're married to a woman that didn't care two shits of you, your career, your business, nothing, she didn't invest in anything, then I'm gonna side with you and say, okay, she does not deserve half of anything. And if the law sides with her, I would understand why you get mad. But the law doesn't decide who moves the who wasn't it? Well, sometimes they don't, but at the end of the day, the law is not the law. The only law we have is a big man upstairs. Because that man or that woman would get everything, and at the end of the day, the Lord will just bless you with 10 times what you had. Because you were never wrong.
So apparently you hit down like Job and you come
Okay?
back. No, but I want to play devil's advocate here. Boy, I'm going to be the devil today.
I love playing advocate today.
Of course.
That's the
Of
vibe
course.
today.
No, because
But do you understand? Do you,
I mean,
get what I'm
Yeah.
I
saying?
get where you're coming from, but I also want to also watch from this perspective. Let me ask this question. Do you think that status and wealth also affect marriage?
It does.
Because let's say you and I, Macrina, we both big people, successful billionaires,
We get in there.
and we're getting married. What happens? Because we both have businesses we have to run. We have Fortune 500 companies, but we're still trying to run a family.
Good
We
question.
need to understand what we want and not let the money and the power get to us.
But do human beings know really and truly what they want? That is the question. Because sometimes you women,
Everybody knows what they want.
really?
Yeah.
I've seen women get what they want and then at the end of the day still lose it.
Because there are women who love attention. There are women who love attention. You need to know what you marry. Don't tell me you're just getting married to somebody for getting married sake. You know what you get married to. There are women who love attention. You need to take her out. She loves that. You met her that way. You used to do it before you guys get married. So you need to understand that you need to continue doing what you used to do before you get married. Most times, you guys are best friends. The minute you get married, you can't come love. The only person you have time for is your friends. What you expect? You expect somebody else to come and sit off her feet?
But it's also when you look at the male perspective of this as well, because let's say, okay, you found me where I am. I'm climbing the ladder. Okay, let's say, what if you chose to be a housewife? I never asked you to be a housewife. You
Well,
chose to be a housewife.
Let me tell you, it's sometimes
Right?
there.
Because
Well,
I can come to you and I can say, Macrina, let's start a business, let's do this, let's do that. And you chose to be the housewife. So then now when I come home, because a lot of the times you don't understand, a man is running a Fortune 500 company, right? But you have about 10 or 20,000 employees. You have another global pandemic, you have a this, you have to that. So you have to think of losing money in your business to keep your employees or letting them go. Now you have employees that don't have jobs, you're adding to the unemployment market. You have to make hard decisions because it's the sake of your job that's maintaining the lifestyle and the household that you have because that's what you wanted to achieve. So then you come home now with that stress, that weight, that problem, that energy in the workplace. And then to a woman now who may want to come and complain, you don't give me time, you don't give me attention, you don't give me this, you don't give me that, I have to watch the kids all day and this. You chose to be a housewife. I didn't ask you to be a housewife.
you have to expect that. Because with all of what you have, all the fortunes, all the business, you chose to get married. If you knew you did not want that additional stress, then you should not have gotten.
But will I still continue to have you? That's the question.
Once you manage your time wisely, of course.
So if I have you for 20 years, Macrina, and I don't pop the question or nothing like that, you still would have stayed?
Once I can go and cry in Dubai, why not?
But if you're not crying,
Oh my God, I'm happy. Hello, you check it. You know.
But you see, that's you, Macrina. Not a lot of women will go that. Imagine you with a guy for 8 or 10 years and he never popped the question to you. There's some women who feel like, boy, you don't love me, you never proposed to me. There are some men who actually have proposed to a woman and they've been engaged for almost 5 years and never get
Let
married.
me tell you something. Not all men want to get married. Sometimes based on what they have seen with their parents. I know personally there are certain men based on what they have seen growing up, they do not want to get married. Just during this week, I spoke to a client of mine. He had this interview to come do, and I'm saying to him, why don't you send your girlfriend or your wife to do that interview? The boy tells me, why? The boy was like, Jazzy, I do not want to get married. Everything that I'm doing with my spouse now, it's okay. We don't need to get married to do it. And I was like, and then you telling me this is the topic. The boy said to me, I am not interested in married. Getting married, sorry. The boy said to me, I am happy. We are happy. Once we get married, we won't be happy anymore.
Exactly. And that's the thing though, because even if we are aware of that, when you have families or the church or these societal institutions will watch down on you and tell you, oh, we got snacks, respect. So you see, nobody have an empty stomach here. Nobody will have an empty stomach.
Okay, baby.
But I feel like
Yeah, the same thing should happen.
I'll take that as well because my drink was out there, right?
But
No, but it's
they
true.
take it to one time.
Like the church will tell you it's wrong, it's a sin, it's this, it's that, but you're happy. You have somebody, you feel comfortable, you're living together, you'll have a child. That's cool. But at the same time, now the church will come and tell you it's wrong, it's this and that. So now my faith is telling me one thing, but my happiness and my emotional state is telling me something else. If I go according to happiness, I'm against the church. If I go according to the church, then I will never be happy. If I go according to family, then I'll never be happy and I'll never be spiritually inclined. So the question is what? Do we go according to the norms or do we according to what we feel? But here's the thing. Back in the previous podcast, Empress of Nudity, she says happiness and emotions are temporary.
Very.
So if you do something based on emotions and how that person makes you feel now, it's temporary. So then now you go against your church, you go against your family to go to somebody that's making you temporarily feel something and then you end up losing it all. So then what's the point?
That is so true.
Marriage
Shall I agree to that though?
marriage is a tricky thing because I feel like, as a man, I'm not going to lie, I feel like it's more against me than for me. Not going to lie, I feel like it's more against me. And then two, boy, they have to be one strong as hell woman to deal with me. I'm not going to lie.
Which is
Okay.
true.
But
Very.
you have something you want to get off your chest.
Very,
You have something you want to get off your chest because you said you would have called me.
No.
You said you would have video called me back because you had called me, but you didn't call me back.
Yes.
You understand? But I didn't attack you for that because you wasted my time.
Right?
Technically, I can't go nowhere without her, so she's basically my right hand, no matter what. All right? No, because you feel like you have something you want to get off your chest. So let's talk about it.
Anyways, let's get back to the topic. So yes, and we don't want to look down at marriage because you have couples who are together for years and they're happy. They understand what it is to be happy. They understand what it is to be married. You have persons who are married and that's the only partner that they know, right? Um, but you still have to be the devil advocate in that. Sadly, if I wait, if I can pay mal. So those who are married and really and truly their partner don't know, or sometimes they do know, but they just turn a blind eye because they just want to be happy. At the end of the day, it doesn't make sense when you bring these things into your home when you know you are happy at home.
That's true.
If the man is doing everything that he's supposed to do, the wife is doing everything that she's supposed to do, you don't want to bring useless drama and conflict into your home and into your marriage. And that is something that I have learned. Or even into your relationship. Men will always be men, women will always be women. Sorry to say the truth. I came and I found the world this way. I know certain people are going to dig down on me for that. You have men who are, let's use the right word, what's the word I'm trying to get there? There are men who commit. That's not the word I'm looking
I don't
for.
think that was what you.
Faithful. Well, men who are faithful. Thank God for these men. But there are certain men who want to hit everything that has a could. The world could be a better place without you guys, but it is what it is. So if you're happy, you're not gonna bring in that problem and chaos into your home based on that. If he doesn't disrespect you in any way, your kids are happy, you are happy, you guys are growing, men will be in.
So you know, put that in the comments if you'll find that having a ring makes you who you are or being happy, right? Now, Macrina said something there, but I'm going to share off topic again because all this new year I dey hearing that one phrase that I hate to hear.
Talk to me.
Men are dogs.
I did not call
Hello,
any man a
hello,
dog.
hello.
Did
I
say
never
that?
said that. I never said that. I'm saying the phrase. But I know you've heard it all the time from a lot of females.
Dogs that
Men.
feel we love them, right?
Anyway, so so I want to put this point. They say men are dogs, right? A lot of women say men are dogs. Yes, it's
Men
still
say that too.
Men say men are dogs.
men don't say men are dogs.
They say
No, I
women are
think
dogs.
I know I think women are snakes and they're venomous to each other too. Y'all just kill each other, boy.
Oh, what?
I never see women fight down women so much in life. No?
Talking about marriage.
We are. This is part of it, right? So,
Very relevant to what's going on.
right? Nothing about this spud.
Uh,
I'm gonna say for spud. All right, you're taking control already, just like a marriage. Anyway, they say men are dogs, but the thing about that is too. When you look at a dog is a loyal, affectionate, protection,
That's
like
the most
protection.
loyal pet, bro.
You understand? It's not like a cat with sass and attitude. I want hello, chili bricks. Now,
be both.
when now you neglect the dog, you abuse the dog.
Uh-huh.
You only talk to the dog when it's convenient to you and you just feel it scraps. The dog is going to want to go and run away. Where does the dog end up? In the streets.
In a better place.
Now you miss the dog, so you go back in the streets for the dog. That makes you part of the streets now because you go back in the streets for the same dog that you neglect. So the dog will chase you, will be mean to you, will be this kind of way, you get emotional about it, but you still go and chase back that dog. So when you go by the dog who's now in the streets, what does that now make you?
Which woman called you a dog?
Matter of fact, which man ever called a man a dog? Let's talk about that real quick.
No. I ask you.
And no woman ever called me a dog. I'm talking about a general statement, Macrina. General statement of what I've heard a lot of women saying, right? So, Spud, if a woman goes back in the streets to chase a dog that she's hurt and transformed into a street dog, and you go back in the street for that street dog, doesn't that make you a bitch?
Not on my watch.
I would love to hear the response.
Your watch not on, so I can't count it right now. Anyway, so
Anyways.
no, but that's
The
a theory.
podcasts are amazing, by the way.
No, because I had to say this because when you look at marriage, a lot of the times I find that a lot of people are chasing people that are not supposed to be for them, hoping that one day that they can be with that person. But how are you now setting a tone of a relationship by chasing somebody who's clearly defined their parameters with you?
Hence the reason why I said earlier, leopards do not change their spots overnight. And most times, we as men and women, we know exactly the type of person, the type of German Shepherd Chihuahua.
Oh man, I'm about to feel right. I'm
Hello,
about to
German
feel right.
If I'm going to be called
Hey, thank you so much.
a German Shepherd,
We dealing with, but because of love, the so-called LOVE. I don't know who created that, because of that. The truth could be in our eyes, in our coins, like last seeds, but we will not see it. Okay, because we flow in love. All the red flags are there, but we will not see it because we not love, in love.
But the thing about
Speaking from experience.
but no, the thing that hits is that we go after people, but we never ask if they're colorblind.
you're dropping some serious quotes today.
Think about that. You say just like the leopard, right? But if I'm in a forest and I cannot see orange or I cannot see black or I cannot see this and I'm in the jungle and the leopard is there but I'm not seeing it, I can only see one color because I'm blinded by the other colors. Will I ever know that the leopard is there or that's even a leopard in the first place?
That's why all I see these days is blue and white and lip lock. So when I say not saying nothing, you see your mental sanity and your mind, ladies, is everything. Along those doors, my girl.
But I did lie earlier.
No, speak.
I am in a relationship.
With who?
Queen Elizabeth.
Uh, That's it. The new year, that's who you need to.
My relationship with her is very strong. I can let go of any woman, but you see that one there? It's hard to let it go, especially the supermarket.
She's been the most loyal. Eh?
You understand? And she just keeps getting better
And she comes back all the time.
all the time. Eh?
What happens?
You can get in a 5, a 10, a 20, a 50, and even 100%.
But wait, most men have a Queen Elizabeth in the palm of their hands, and they fail to realize it. But
And
there are women who are all about growth. You understand what I'm saying? They have that Queen Elizabeth in their hand, that woman that will help them grow. And that's the woman they take for granted. And vice versa, it's the same for men.
I think
There are women who have that man who's gonna help them grow, move up the ladder, and that's the men they take for granted.
I think a lot of the time it's comfort, because a lot of men see getting a woman as, like you said earlier, an achievement.
Have one
Honestly.
elaborate one if you thought it's an achievement. What you
No,
I
I'm
know
not
people
saying.
will still
no,
not
you know what's the
I'm not saying
achievement? The
nothing.
gas on that vehicle to go all them
I'm not saying
places.
nothing. I'm
Because
just saying
gas expensive.
that a lot of the time, men, especially when they hustle, I don't think when men build themselves, they look for that, to be honest. Am
Okay,
I
yeah.
right,
But you
Joshua?
Go a bit deeper for me because you hitting something there. I want to hear what you gotta say.
a good woman by your side.
Do
You
you
could never tell what
no?
would happen, Joshua. If
Do
it
you
goes
actually
down this
need a
way.
good woman by your side? Like think about it. If you have a strong black woman, a mother who's taught you how to do everything in life, and you become successful because of her or because of your determination, when you meet a woman now, do you actually really need her in your life for you to be happy or
Can your
successful?
mother comfort you in that way, Joshua? Huh?
You know exactly the way I like to be
Can your
comforted.
mother comfort
Don't
you
go
in
there.
that?
You know the exact way I like to be
Can
comforted.
your mother comfort
Hell
you?
no, eh?
Where a woman can comfort you, your mother cannot comfort you that way. You cannot compare a mother's love to a girlfriend's love or a wife's love. It's totally different. No woman can compare herself to a man's mother.
No,
You
but
cannot do that. You will never be his mother, even
Boy.
if sometimes they want you to be. Okay, my mother does it this way, my mother does it that way.
I want to
And
touch on that.
respectfully, there are women that would tell you, well, God did your mother then.
let Spud answer that and I'll come right after Spud.
I want to touch on that because
Go ahead, Spud.
I've actually been in situations, the guys talking from experience where, and tell me why, Jazzy.
Yes.
I know all women think
From
differently,
the spot, eh?
but
Mm-hmm.
but why do some women, or maybe I should say girls, because
You
majority,
have women, girls, you have knives,
Jamet.
you have.
I guess.
Do not call women that.
I never said that. I never said that. We're talking
Stop.
categories.
Stop.
Want to fight, man?
Yes.
Let's go.
Like,
I need
why do
therapy.
some women get offended when a man puts his mother first? And I'm not saying in terms, obviously, like Joshua said, there are certain ways you cannot compare the two.
You cannot.
But why do some women feel so offended when a man chooses to put his mother, for example, okay, you have an issue, his mom has an issue at the same time. Let's say it's not too far town and cul-de-sac.
Uh-huh.
But you choose that, hey, this is my mother, the woman that birthed me. I feel like I should give it more priority. But you don't forget her, You check on your mom first, you go. Why do women take
Are we
offense?
speaking of a woman you're dating, a girlfriend, or a wife?
Now that's the thing. That's
No,
what
no, no. Tell me
Oh.
what category the woman is in.
Okay, let's
Is
say
she a dating woman?
Okay,
Is
let's
she a
say-
girlfriend or wife?
let's say a
And that's
dating girlfriend, not really wife. I don't want to go that deep yet.
Okay,
Let's just say
so
girlfriend for now.
she's your girlfriend now and about to be your wife.
I guess,
right?
yeah.
So you're engaged, basically. You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Let's say.
So when you're leaving your mother's home, you're no longer your mother. You cling to your wife.
Mm.
She's your wife. Your mother is probably married and she has her husband.
Yeah.
If there's an emergency, the first person your mother should call
Oh, gosh.
is her husband. You understand? Her husband. That's who she have to call because that's her man. That's her boo. That's her husband.
But let's say the
If
boo is
your
down.
wife, what do you mean?
Okay.
If your fiance, the woman that you choose to spend the rest of your life with,
Mhm.
has an emergency, it depends. Not even depends. You have to run to her.
Mhm.
If it's a dire situation, I'm hoping Spud that as Vibes 758, you're dealing with a mature woman and not a little girl. If the situation is,
Wow.
you know, 10 out of 10, it's 10, and your mother really needs you, and your girlfriend, fiance,
Mhm.
it could wait a little. Probably just something she need in a supermarket or whatever.
Mhm.
Communication is key.
Wow.
You call her and you say, babe, you know what we have to do, it can wait. My mother is in a dire situation. I
Mhm.
need to go to her ASAP. Once I get there, I will let you know what's going on and
Mhm.
I'm going to come to you. Or you know what? Why don't you just use my hammer, which I never allow you to use, to
Mhm.
go do what you have to do? I really need to take care of that situation. And
Mhm.
you probably put some icing on the cake and you see, I just wired you $1,000. You could
Oh,
probably go.
that's the
I'm
the
just
ice.
joking. I'm
Okay.
just joking. I'm just joking. Stop. And she will understand. But if you guys have that mutual relationship and you guys are mature, she would understand because you told her, you put her in the loop. But she's not just home waiting on you and you never came.
That's true.
There is no fact about, okay, I'm putting my wife first or my mother first. You all need to have that level of understanding. These are the little things that would make our relationship better.
True.
Just a
True.
simple call. Hey, babe, you know what? But the first person your mother have to call is her husband. She married. Her husband signed that marriage certificate in sickness and in health.
So you're using that philosophy with Jelly Bean, right?
With Jelly Bean?
Yeah, when he grows up and he gets his wife.
Of course, when Jelly Bean gets his wife, what you calling me for? You have your wife. Sit and discuss it with your
So you
wife.
won't be mad if he discusses his wife before you.
No, but he's my son. I gave birth to him. I'm not married to him. Huh? At the end of the day, when he's
Jellybean
feeling,
is
Jellybean is 4. When he's feeling all emotional, I can comfort him in that way. Is his wife he have to go to it?
I'll check you again
It
next
is.
next
No,
sentence.
but it's true. If as a mother you realize that
I was about to say the same thing I was going to say. Hear that, hear that.
what you do not want for yourself, you will not want it for another woman. If I
That's true.
realize a woman is being unfair to my
That's true.
jelly beans, that's when I'm going to, you know,
Alright, fair enough, eh? Fair enough.
right. But I'm not getting involved in your marriage, in your relationship, and Jellybean is only allowed to bring one woman to marriage. I won't be the mother that accepted Harriet, Susie, Jill, because it's not something I would want.
Man,
for
have the whole soul chain line up,
as
boy.
a woman.
So you Jelly
We
you
have
want to
to
be a
come.
gallus?
Not in my house.
Not in your
And
house?
not for me, he bringing them.
It's up to you to decide who wants to be a
Hey,
gallus.
when he brings that one for me,
Jelly bean.
that is the only one that has come at my home.
So the one that Jelly Bean bring for you have to be the one that he wants to marry.
No, if that's not the one he wants to marry, I cannot make my son's choice for him. If later on the line he says they're done, he needs somebody else, fine, I support him. But I will not support my son running woman. Hell no. I would not want it for myself. I know what it does to a woman. That is not the type of child I will raise. You understand what I'm saying?
Jelly Bean, you hear that? You hear that? If you watch this in the next 20 years, you
Honey.
hear that?
You see this.
He will
Hopefully,
see it when he
hopefully
grows
YouTube is
up.
still around by then.
Yeah, they don't do like TikTok, right? Right? Make sure don't run no girl, don't run some man for and Jill and
Remind me to tell him to screen record it. We have
yeah,
to
scream it,
record so
boy.
in case YouTube is
You understand?
we can show him.
I archiving that, boy.
We need to understand what we do not want for ourselves. We shouldn't want it for another woman's daughter, granddaughter, or niece.
But yet,
A question I normally ask men, as a man, if you have a daughter, would you want your daughter to date you?
Whoa.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself that question.
Macrina, let me ask you that question.
Hold
You
on.
know me, right? If I have a daughter, would you? Yeah. Wouldn't I not want my daughter to be someone like me?
To date you? Oh, yes, you are a
What
very
matter?
loving man.
What matter? Just say, hold on. Relax, guys, relax. Just me really.
No, but it's the truth.
Mm.
You have a daughter, right? Well, you want that daughter to date a man like you. When she starts dating and meeting people, would you want her to bring another spud home? Understand?
The evidence saying that.
Good question, huh?
No, but and this brings a point where when we look at relationships, even marriage, I always tell people like, if you're getting married, you have to get married to the past, the present, and the future.
Why?
You have to. When you say I do, you say I do in the past, you say I do in the present, and you say I do in the future. Because a lot of the times when we say I do, we say I do in the moment. We say I do because the wedding day looks nice. You spend 50, 100, $150,000 or millions of dollars on your wedding. You say I do to the moment. Because here's the thing. Weddings are not for men. They're for the woman
And her family.
and the family. That's why the father of the bride pays for the wedding or the husband.
I agree with that though.
All the men have to do is show up with the tux and stand there and look nice. When you look at marriage, a lot of the times when we enter relationships, we forget that people can change. They can evolve. So just like that, I'm married to Macrina, and how Macrina is now is not who Macrina is 5 years. And then I'm sitting there saying, but Macrina, what happened? You used to do this and this and that, and forget that Macrina is an evolving woman. Macrina has now gotten a master's in this subject. Macrina has 3 businesses. I have this, I have that. We always forget that when we get in relationship,
Yeah.
people evolve. What Macrina could have done in 2025 is not what Macrina can do in 2040. Spud.
Not what
We
she
watched 2019 was one of the best years in the economy, right? And in 2020, the whole world shut down. We watched how some relationships were up there in Hollywood, and everybody pictured their relationships like that. All of a sudden, divorce or they have a break, it just crash. So when we look at marriage now and church and education and all of these things make us want to get married. But the truth is, what is marriage without happiness? You can have happiness without marriage, and you can have marriage without happiness.
Marriage is a whole job by itself.
Right? And then and then fellas, let me be honest with you. Some of you married men, you on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat, secretly DMing young women,
Joshua, that's-
trying to get some. Excuse me, what?
That's making it clear.
What?
That's making it clear.
I said what?
That statement.
No, but it's true.
So that's it.
There are women who
They are
afraid to get married
because it's
because why is your husband in my DMs?
women are emotional creatures. So imagine after they're already emotional creatures, you have the emotions working overtime. She have to come and inspect the vehicle. Who was in there? Why it's smelling different? What's going on?
Yeah, I just called.
Look at your phone, see what you're doing.
Right.
You asked me what to tell me, Macrina?
But you know your friend is an FBI.
Hey,
Call me.
Spud, you guys see nothing yet, sir? You guys see nothing yet. And if Macrina don't get you, I get you, because Macrina does call me and ask me to do it. But that is the truth. That is the truth.
Is that
I haven't called in Zavi there because Zavi would just tell Macrina something. Yeah, I'm gonna be mad.
sometimes yo, women turn into FBI mode and you can't blame them.
No, you see, once a woman turns into an FBI agent in marriage, your marriage is done.
Yep.
The minute that you allow your girlfriend, your wife, or any girl that you're dealing with to turn into an FBI, that's when your relationship is done. Because I know some women who will still lay in the same bed with you and have the same sex with you and still at the end of the day treat you like you're a CIA case. And by the time you come home on Friday, who's Becky with the good hair?
Oh,
Who's Bianca?
Becky with the good hair.
So, and it's like, and you cannot lie about it there because for the last year, she doesn't get all her pictures, all her screenshots and everything. And she have it there, she'll play the same role with you. But when she show it to you, she not, and the worst part is when a woman no longer yells and screams and run. You see, when a woman is married and she's calm, your ass is grass. Divorce. And that's the truth. I don't want to get married. I don't. I'm happy that my mom is married. I love it. I love the person that she's with. Fantastic, amazing. I love that for them. I was happy. I was smiling because I'm like, yes, she's off my hands. So you understand, like, yes, she's married. You know, like somebody else take the mantle. But I'm scared for myself because then it leaves the image like, do I really want to be by myself? And do I want to really repeat this whole cycle of dating? And then you're like, okay, what's your favorite color? What do you like to do? What do you like to this? That's why I have a.
yourself. You know that you have us, right? You have us. You're never alone. Never alone. Huh?
That can be taken in both ways, people. So just try and think on the brighter side.
You never alone. You have us. Hey, what's going on?
I have Macrina. And Macrina does get vexed with me when if I go and eat ice cream and I don't call her. She gets vexed if I order Domino's pizza and she sees me with the pizza.
Wait.
Macrina gets vexed if I'm in town and I don't tell her I'm in town. Macrina wanted to go by courts, and I said I wanted to go home, and Macrina gave me the whole puppy face and washed me in my eyes and said, "You're not going with me."
Yes,
Why?
that's true.
So technically, I'm kind of married, but I'm not married at the same time. Yeah.
I think you need to go to Harry Edwards and get me a promise ring.
I think I need to schedule a trip to Switzerland and try and disappear for a few months. You check that? Y'all don't know who Macrina is, right? Like this whole interview, if you've learned anything, you've learned that she's very high maintenance. She has high standards
On my pocket.
and she has high bank accounts.
What a
So there are very few men that can fulfill that role. If you are one of those men, try and take off my hands for me, please. You respect?
Hey.
Because I know if you don't take her, she's going to be around me forever and ever and ever and ever and.
You're so wrong for
I
that.
still love you though.
I know.
If I don't give jokes on you, I don't love you. But people, it's been real. Macrina gave a lot of points. I want to be devil's advocate, but I'll be devil's advocate in the comments because
Your comments will come late. I know they will come.
I know y'all women, boy, you're about to get at us men for the things that we said here today.
boy.
No, but you said all of that. Marriage could be, with everything that I said, it can be a beautiful thing. But if you're at the level for getting married, not everybody is at the level for getting married. Yes, we want people to come and see the glimpse and the glam. We have this perfect dress, perfect wedding, perfect husband. There are people who did it all. They became best friends. They had kids. They built a business. They grew together and then they got married. There are couples like that, and you could say, okay, that could be an angle. That's a couple we could want to be like. I look at what's it, David and Ezra.
Oh,
Oh yes,
yes, yes.
And you could say, yes, that's a young couple that got married and you want the best for them. Because, yes, we don't know what's going on the inside, but Ezra, with that high spirit, he's nice, he's always positive. She as well is a very nice person. She's a talented makeup artist. I don't know her personally. I can't tell you anything about her. But when you see a couple like that, getting married, signed a knot, all you could do is wish them well. And that's one of the latest couples in St. Lucia that has gotten married. And you see that, and you see it on Facebook, you see it on IG, you see it on TikTok, and you go and you say, wow, the whole dreamy eyes, and you say, yes, they got married, and
True.
we wish them all the best as
And
they're
the
growing.
pictures looked really well. And the thing about that is too, as we wrap up, another example that I would give that most people would never think of is Snoop Dogg and his wife. They met in high school. That was his actual high school prom. They were dating since high school and they're married still to this day. No divorce, no promise, no like that. They work through their things. So as much as we watch Snoop Dogg as this gangster, when Snoop Dogg is home, he's a husband, he's a father, he's a this.
Exactly.
So, and even with Michelle and Barack, Michelle did not want Barack to get into politics. She did not want to get into this, but she supported her husband through and through. And one of the biggest advocates for the Democratic Party is Michelle Obama. No longer Barack, is Michelle. So that's things that we have to look at when we look at marriage. That is no longer I or me, but it's we. It's no longer your, it's our. It's not only me, it's us. So we have to look beyond that. But as we wrap up, guys, you have any final thoughts?
And until you don't master that, it's not about me anymore. It's about us.
Facts.
You cannot get married
I agree.
because it's no longer about you. It's about us. We are one. And a lot of people don't understand that, and yet still they get married.
Spud, any final thoughts?
Not really.
Spud, they're like in a moment of trance there, boy. Like your mind
Y'all-
just.
Y'all covered so much. The drink working on me.
That
Yeah, the drink. The drink. That's his second one.
I think we good. I like the points. Jazzy had very strong points. Joshua, as usual, you had very good rebuttals. And I just feel at the end of the day, guys, I don't think anybody, that's my opinion, is truly always 100% ready for something like that. But it's something that takes a lot of compromise.
And that's true. So
Always.
as we wrap up,
a lot.
make sure that you continue to think beyond where you are. Make sure that when you look at marriage or relationships, you open your mind to changes, evolutions in personnel, evolutions in themselves. And as once again, Happy New Year, we're going to be hitting a lot of topics. So abortion, we're going to be talking about religion, we're going to be talking about fathers, we're going to be talking about, education versus the hustle. So stay tuned. We're going to have jam-packed year and a few specials to come. Keep talking, keep out there, keep vibing with us. This is 7 Vibe 8. I'm Joshua Harrow, and we'll see you later.